Anyways, pedophile billionaires. But before that, let's catch up on the entirety of the news.
Welcome to Democracy Now!
Oh my God!
DemocracyNow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Narmeen Sheikh. The Pentagon said Monday it had blown up another boat in the Eastern Pacific, killing 2 people and leaving 1 survivor. An 11-second video posted on social media by U.S. Southern Command appears to show 3...
I love existence in the 21st century. I used to have to go to Live Leak for that shit. I just saw 2 people die live. Great.
airstrikes against a civilian speedboat. Southcom said, without evidence, the boat was engaged in narco-trafficking. Since September, the Pentagon says it's conducted 38 strikes, killing at least 130 people it's labeled narco-terrorists, without providing evidence or attempting to make arrests. Amnesty International has condemned the strikes as murder and is calling on Congress to hold those responsible for them accountable. Monday.
Remember, chat, international law exists. Remember, chat, state actors murdering random people that are not even on their own territory is something that can never happen. Remember, chat, we have to wait for some sort of dystopia to arise. We definitely do not live in one. Remember, chat, there's definitely an organization out there that could put a stop to whatever the Americans feel like doing. In unipolarity, that's how it works. Oh, God.
His reported attack came as U.S. forces in the Indian Ocean boarded a tanker carrying hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil from Venezuela toward China. It's at least the 8th time the U.S. has boarded an oil tanker.
What the fuck?
In just a few hours.
Chinamaxxing the CCP's plan to flip young Americans. I love how that plays right after based and freedom-loving America murdered a couple of people on a random speedboat. We are murdering random people. Next, how China is a threat to freedom. Here's footage of how we fucking murder whenever we feel like it. But anyways, have you heard about China? It is bad.
In just a few hours, the House Ways and Means Committee holding a hearing to look into claims that foreign actors may be secretly influencing U.S. nonprofits. A report alleging that the far-left group Democratic Socialists of America has foreign ties that are working to undermine federal authorities.
Oh, yeah. Famously, American political organizations have no foreign ties. Definitely not with a country whose name starts with I.
Under the guise of protests, saying they found, quote, the DSA's rhetoric matches the anti-U.S. propaganda of foreign adversaries. Xi Van Fleet, a survivor of Mao's revolution, joins me now. And the report goes
What's up, traitor?
On to state the documented facts support recommending a limited fact-finding FARA investigation.
Here's an Asian that hates Asian countries. Whoa.
To clarify the...
Please, Asian, tell us how much the other Asians are bad.
Nature of DSA's relationships with Venezuelan and Cuban government-linked entities and its engagement with political environments involving the People's Republic of China. So our foreign adversaries, namely China, actively...
Why are they your foreign adversaries? Why are they your adversaries? What the fuck did they do?
Behind the push towards socialism here in the U.S.
Yes, scary. Oh, my God. Thank you, Kubashi. You're a fucking legend, man. I'm sewing the fuck out of this. This is 10 out of 10, dude. Wait.
Absolutely. You see it everywhere. And then the recent thing is what's trending is called Chinamaxxing.
Chinamaxxing! Wait, let me Chinamax while I watch this. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I have my Chinamax hat. Wait. I have my... Wait. I have my... If we're going to do the LARP, we're going to do it properly. I have Mao Zedong literally on a medal. Okay, Chinamaxxing. Very good. Like this. Real Maoist bling hours. Let me take a sip of water from my China cup. Oh, Wait 1 second. Right after I light up some of my China cigarettes. Oh, yes. What do you mean Chinamaxxing? No such thing exists, lady. What are you talking about? Nobody's Chinamaxxing. We don't even like China in this house. What is she fucking on about, bro? Ni hao, I mean, hello, fellow American. Sometimes I wish I could do like accents, but American white people ruined it for the rest of us, so it will be perceived as racist. But if I right now said "hello, fellow American" in a stereotypical Chinese accent, it would make the joke funnier. But hey, one of the rare moments when doing so would make it funny.
No, it's basically you see it on the TikTok, but I also see it on X, and that is absolutely bears the hallmark of CCP's publicity department and United Front Work Department operations. The first one is about propaganda. The second one is about influence. And influence work is something that CCP is expert of.
They influence things by existing.
Will capture the elite. In this case, they capture a lot of the influencers in social media, especially in TikTok.
Yes, they capture them by showing videos of China. They capture them by letting those influencers travel to China. They capture them by sharing objectively correct data about 90% home ownership rates. They capture them by saying that the average price per square meter in China has been declining year over year. They capture them by telling them, oh, there's $25,000 brand new electronic vehicles. They capture them by saying, hey, if an executive, a CEO, a large quote-unquote capitalist does something illegal, we just shoot them in the head. All incredible propaganda of just doing things. Dave, thank you very much for the raid, Dave. You caught us at a very weird time. You caught us at a very Chinese moment of this stream. Thank you very much for the raid. If anybody was going to oil me up, now is the time to make our raiders feel very good. All chatters, please go follow Dave Legend, because his name is Dave, because he's a legend, and because he's a dear, dear friend of the show. Thank you very much for the raid, Dave. Seriously. Thank you as always, brother. Please, everybody, give Dave a follow. Okay, I'm not taking this off till the end of the stream. I am sort of. This is what they send you when you do pro-China rhetoric on the internet.
And most of the people who are influenced have no idea that they are the target. And some, of course, they do because they get paid handsomely.
Oh, we do. Matt, no, seriously, dude. Like we got to be realistic about this, guys. We have to be real. This lady's correct. You know, they are manipulating us by telling us that everyone should be able to afford housing, healthcare. They're manipulating us by telling us that a state should intercede on behalf of the working masses against large capital. They're manipulating us by telling us that even market systems can be co-opted by a workers' party. Crazy propaganda. Absolutely crazy. Subscribe or gift subs if you are a fellow manipulated China stan, okay?
And one of the examples is Hassan Piker. He went to China for 2 weeks and come back.
Yeah, he went and he saw the country. And he was like, I like this place. And that is propaganda. That is propaganda. Remember, if you go to Thailand and you like it, that's not propaganda. If you go to Germany and you like it and you say Germany is nice, That's not propaganda. If you go to Argentina and like it and tell people Argentina's kind of nice, that's not propaganda. But if you went to China, I've also been to China, and you liked it, that means they forced the Chinese virus on you. Okay? The second you land in China, I must admit, it happened to me. Now I'm getting my memories back. I spent 10 days there. It was phenomenal. I even streamed from there. And I was like, man, like I really enjoyed my time in Beijing. What's up, Beijing? But now, like, you know, like in a video game that is based around a character that had amnesia, now I'm starting to remember, man, the second I got off my plane and tried Chinese food for the first time, I just turned off. They took me to one of those facilities and they gave me the Chinese mind virus. Now all I can think about is affordability, futuristic cheap cars, and dictatorship of the proletariat. I've never thought about any of that stuff before, you know. Now I'm like, Dengist reform makes actually a lot of sense. It's crazy. Like I was skeptical of all of these things. I used to only love American brain rot. Now I love Chinese brain rot. I can only smoke Chinese cigarettes now. Chinese cigarettes are the only cigarettes I can smoke. I think they put something in the cigarettes. I think that's the trick, chat. I think that is the trick. It gave me the Xi syndrome. I don't call it the CCP. I call it the CPC. I call it the PCC. I call it the CPP. Mao cells are developing and taking over my white cells.
Chinese now leading the Chinamaxxing on the social media. But there is a more important question to ask. Why the Chinese?
Me, as a Chinese lady doing America-maxing, find it to be very problematic for white boys to be China-maxing. Me, the ultimate America-maxer, am confused why people are China-maxing. How dare you say that I am America-maxing? Lady, look at all the stuff behind you. Look at all the stuff behind you. You might as well take some mayonnaise and paint your fucking face on me. Because you're basically doing the same thing, bro.
Influence be able to capture the American audience, the young people especially. And I think it is really because of the educational system.
I think you're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
But you mentioned China-maxing, and you kind of given a little detail on it. I want to explain a little bit more to the audience.
Well, in America, the educational system is making them too leftist. That's why a streamer manages to show just unedited footage of China to them and convince them that actually China's not that bad. Incredible argumentation there, yes.
What China-maxing is. You mentioned it's on TikTok. It's the newest craze. And basically it's
It's the newest craze. All the children, they're doing it.
Young Americans romanticizing and glamorizing living in communist China. Quote, China-maxing isn't just a lifestyle trend. Many of the young influencers praising Chinese culture are actively denigrating America. They're aesthetically, morally, and politically defecting.
They are aesthetically, morally, and politically Chinese. Maybe I wonder why. Is it because I trip every time I exit my building? Because there's dead homeless people or dying homeless people in the streets? Because our system cannot support our fellow man? Is it because I have to look forward to living in a smaller and smaller cage of an apartment as the decades pass on because my income is not increasing but the rent prices are? Or is it because there is a viable political and systemic alternative that is showing incredible, never before seen levels of development that I look at as an inspiration and whose system I might one day want to copy domestically in hopes of elevating my fellow American man? No, of course not. You call it Chinamaxxing. I call it human-maxing because I don't want my neighbors to die, and I don't want to die myself. Mom is not just a phase. I'm actually Chinese. This, by the way, by hyper focusing on the fact, that we are obsessing with the country of China, not the Chinese system. They're doing Orientalism and racism on steroids. I hope you understand that. Because there is nothing to like about the system. It's just like we're obsessed with how the shifty Orientals are manipulating us. Oh my God! No, this is fucking incredible. This is like straight out of 1965, dude. 1965 Red Scare America. I mean, the Red Scare never went away, but now it's going back into overdrive.
To another superpower. And she, as somebody who lived and fled the Mao Revolution, what's your message to those who romanticize communism, especially young Americans who grew up here with every advantage in the world, now saying, I want to live under communist rule? What's your message to them?
Yes, let's listen.
Yeah, my message is you have to learn history. We have
Shut the fuck up. No, you do.
to teach our children real history. And this, I watched a few podcasts
What's real history? Why people good?
about this topic. They say, Chinese people and we are the same people. It is cool to learn their culture.
Of course, we're not the same people. They are shifty, evil Asians, and we are Western Judeo-Christian civilization.
It's not cool.
Chinese America Maxer says that American China Maxers are bad. That's the title of today's stream.
Chinese people are different from American people.
They are different. Their skulls are shaped differently. I should know. Once I realized my skull is not shaped like regular Americans, I realized I can enter Agartha. And I came to America, to my fellow Aryans who will definitely let me into Agartha. I'm sorry. I know this is insensitive, but you have to remember I'm not a white American. I don't owe anybody anything, no group in the United States. And this is objectively very humorous. It is objectively fucking hilarious, and I will always point and laugh at people from particular countries going to the United States and then making their entire career into basically being, I don't know, their version of Uncle Tom for the American massa. Okay, it is funny. I will point it out as funny, and I will bring up the fact. I will bring up their ethnicity because it's part of the joke. And the analysis and the criticism. Okay, dude?
These people are not free. And this is something that we have to teach our young kids. And this is not different from American people. Chinese people are not free. And this is something
not free?
We have to teach our young kids. And
they're not free, okay.
This is not about learning another culture.
They're not free to not own a house. Man, in China, they really do, like, they are... in China, homeless people don't have a right. In China, homeless people aren't free to be homeless.
This is about
they have homes forced upon them.
Rejecting our value, our culture, and it is, as you said, romanticize communism. I have to say that they have to know the young people in today's China facing the collapse of the economy, they choose to lay flat. What it means, they stop pursuing career because there's nothing to pursue. And they decided not to become a consumer because there's no money to spend. And they decided not to get married, not have children because they don't see any future. And these people will trade places with American youth at a heartbeat.
Such a great
we
point,
have to teach our children.
Yeah, such a great point.
To love America. This is the crisis.
Yeah, if you think the grass is always greener.
Don't love America.
Yeah, if you think the grass is always greener on the other side.
We must brainwash in our citizenry into not looking at any alternative. We must. Sorry, the sneeze fucking got me out of this fucking thing. Oh God. We must educate our children to never look at any potential alternatives, because that is how we preserve our freedom from knowledge, our freedom from wisdom, and our freedom from alternatives. If you support Falun Gong Gopnik, please subscribe for $6 a month or for free through Prime. It is the second hour. It is shill time, okay? This is my argument during this shill period. Falun Gong has billions of dollars. I do not have billions of dollars. Will you allow Falun Gong to have more money than me? You shouldn't. That's why you should pay taxes. Gopnik versus the entirety of Falun Gong. Okay? I should have at least 1% of how much Falun Gong has in subscription revenue per month. So subscribe to the communist Falun Gong, the communist sect, the communist degenerates, which is this community. And let us potentially participate in freedom that is not allowed except in particular cities in China, also known as Twitch Gamba. I will wait. What's the love? We have nothing. The only point you can truly say is a freedom is speech, and even that's being eroded away currently. That's the whole meme. That's the whole meme with the fucking freedom shtick. It means nothing and it means everything at the same time. Meanwhile, while this is playing, this is what China's doing. If you support Chinamaxxing, pay your taxes. Exclamation point
Here's a
tax.
piece of news that probably no Western media are going to talk about. Under the UN peacekeeping mission UNIFIL, the Chinese peacekeeping contingent has just completed another major mine clearance handover. Over the past 2 decades, 20 years, Chinese peacekeepers in Lebanon has cleared around 2 million square meters of minefield and removed more than 18,000 landmines. And this was done without a single accident or casualty. And this week, the Chinese team formally handed over the newly cleared minefield to Lebanese armed force. These areas used to be no-go zone. Now they are usable again for civilians. Of course, Cambodia and France also worked on this project as part of the UN mission. I'm going to just say this. This is what peacekeeping actually look like. There's no airstrike. There's no destroying a city and hold a press conference.
But wait, I was confused. That's not peacekeeping, dude. The fuck? That's some soy communist shit.
Conference, talk about it later. It's just simple work. Clear the mine and hand over the land back to the people. Unlike some country, bomb other people's cities and countries and steal other people's president and call it in the name of democracy. Anyway, I talk about all this kind of stuff on my Substack, link in bio. You can take a look. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, to your point, Xi, talk to those Chinese youth. They're not loving it over there under communist rule right now themselves. No. So the Americans should pay attention to that. Xi Van Fleet, thanks for your insight. Important that Americans wake up and you're getting the word out there. We thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
I am also killing me after seeing that shit. Klasa, bro. Klasa. Anyways, chat, Chinamaxxing is bad. Proceeds to smoke Chinese cigarettes. Enters Chinese car. Chinese streets on steroids. Everywhere. They are taking over our country. And they are destroying our American way of life. You must listen to American music, consume American treat, and salute American flag. Everything else is Chinamaxxing, and you're a dirty, dirty red.